Hi, I'm Darren German with McDonald Realty, award-winning real estate professional since 2007. Today, I'm going to share with you some of the dangers of working with a selling realtor when buying property. Now, some of the most common things that we hear is, I'm going to get a good deal, I'm going to save money, I don't want to bother another agent, I can do it by myself. I'm going to cover some of these things today and show you why this could be the biggest mistake you make in your lifetime. I can do it on my own. I hear it all the time. I want to suggest to you, imagine for a second that you're going to court. Would you ever go to court to represent yourself? Or would you let someone else's lawyer who's going after you in court to represent you? You'd be crazy too. That's the same thing when you're getting into real estate. Working with a realtor who's marketing someone else's property for sale owes due diligence and certain duties of care to the person that they're selling the home for. They are there to get top dollar, top price, and best conditions on that agreement to purchase for their seller, not for you. They've already got a predetermined agreement with their seller that that's what they're going to do. You're just some person off the street. We're just looking. Again, very common, hear it all the time. The challenge when you're just looking for a home and you're calling up real estate professionals just on their sign or off the internet, they have a duty of care again to the seller. Every single thing you say to a real estate professional when you go into their listing, let's say off an open house for example, it starts adding up in their mind. If I said to you, how much are you looking to spend? And you tell me $450. Well, great, have you been pre-approved for $450? That's excellent. Well, guess what? Now I know that you can spend up to $450,000. If the home was listed at $425, I now know I can get you at full price. Okay, every little thing that you tell real estate professionals when you're involved with them and they're representing someone else, you need to be very careful for, because it could end up costing you thousands of dollars in the long term. Be very careful with this. I will save money. That's probably the biggest reason why a lot of people choose to work with a selling agent when buying a home. The challenge with working with a selling agent is if you understand how the multiple listing service works, it paints a better picture for you. Okay? The price negotiated to sell a home is negotiated before you ever come into the picture. It's going to cost X amount of dollars regardless of who buys it and who brings in somebody to help sell the home. All the real estate companies work together on the multiple listing service to help sell their property. Okay? So if it's going to cost me $100 to sell a home, I might split that with someone who brings in a client, a buying person like yourself, and give them $50 just for helping me. That's how it works. If you come in just to me, I get $100. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit of story. I had a young gentleman come into my office one day who was interested in buying a home, but did not want to commit to working with one real estate professional. Wanted to shop the market and do it himself. Now, he just had a friend who had received $2,000 from another real estate professional when he bought his home through him, because he was the selling agent of a home and he had got $2,000 back. What a deal. He had got $2,000. Who wouldn't love that? I would. So I suggested to him we go back in the McDonald Realty Resource Center onto the computers and we check out exactly what his friend bought. Now, the interesting thing was a friend in the office had sold a home in the exact same building 25 days earlier, and it turned out to be an identical unit. Now, this young gentleman's friend who came into my office spent $235,000 on an identical condo unit just recently. The identical unit sold by a friend in my office, identical unit, went for $9,000 less. They got $2,000, but it cost them an extra $7,000. Now, the selling agent of this condo that sold to the gentleman who came into my office's friend took the price of the seller. Most real estate professionals aren't strong enough to take the price that the home is marketed at because they cannot convey to the seller why it's so important. Now, in this instance, he got the price for his sellers that they wanted, yet costed the buyer an additional $7,000 just because he had no diligence and he had no reason to tell that buyer or coach them on the price of that home. He worked for the sellers, and that's what he was there for. You wouldn't want that to happen to you, would you? The goal of this video is for you to notice, realize, and see the difference in working with one real estate professional to help you buy a home as opposed to working with just the selling agent. It will not save you money, it will cost you money. Myself, I offer an obligation-free educated home buyer seminar directed at giving you all the information you need to help you make the best decision when buying real estate. Because in the short of it, you can't make the best decision without having all the information. You're going to learn the pitfalls of buying a home, all the things you need to watch out for. And when I suggest, if you had a tax problem, you wouldn't ask your neighbor next door, you'd go to a tax accountant. If you have questions about real estate, come to a real estate professional that you trust. They're going to help you get the best answers that you deserve. Okay? Thanks very much for watching my little video, guys. Below are some links that you're going to want to check out for some more free information. And I do encourage you to give me a call or email me and get in front of me for an educated buyer seminar. Very low pressure. You've got an award-winning real estate professional willing to help you out. Let me see if I can impress you, and we'll help you find the perfect house. Thanks for your time. Take care.